Also, I don't think a single one of us here said something that we're not willing to bring to the table either. Like,
Right.
all of us would be happy to make that much money.
Right, but
as well.
Men don't really care about the money that you bring to the table. So I get that you're bringing that thing, but it doesn't make you more attractive. And oftentimes your career, your money, your success, all this stuff, it's usually never a plus for the guy. Oftentimes being a boss babe comes with a bunch of fucking issues. It's a pain in the ass to make plans with you. You're constantly busy. You're fucking tired from work. You're stressed out from work. You're masculinized because of your work.
I disagree with that. I think...
Bro, nurse, your healthcare, you're gonna be a PA.
Yeah.
Nurses, like that's within the healthcare purview.
Yeah.
Bro, nurses become like, don't get me started with fucking nurses.
I'm not a nurse.
No, let's get them started.
I know, but you're in healthcare, right? I don't know if you're gonna be working emergency medicine.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're gonna be fucking stressed. Emergency medicine is super crazy. I mean, it's good. It's we need people to do that kind of work, but it's stressful work.
It is.
You're going to bring that home to your relationship.
But
that's why men don't want a boss babe.
But I wouldn't classify myself as a boss babe. I'm doing this because this is what we need to do to have a comfortable life in California. If I could not work, I would be completely fine with that. But unfortunately, like, I have these goals and we want to do certain things. So that's kind of what we have to do, you know, kind of just make the sacrifice.
No, I get that there's an economic and financial reality that, especially in a high cost of living area like California, you're probably going to need two incomes. I'm just saying that it is a reality, but the manifestation of that reality, the reality of the reality, does that even fucking make sense? Is
the real.
Men don't want, like, that's not the ideal for men. We don't want no boss babe. We don't want it.
You wouldn't be okay with, like, knowing that your woman could be taking off some of the stress for you financially at some point? I feel like that a lot of the stress, a lot of the stress on men is to provide financially. And I think if your partner brings 50-50 or some to the table, I think that lowers the pressure on them.
I agree with you that it can. It depends on what dynamic or perspective we're looking at it from. In your case, you said you're engaged, you're going to get married. Yeah, sure, you're going to lessen the financial burden on him. I mean, I can speak from me specifically. I know not all men are going to fall into this. Like, the girl that I'm with, I'm taking care of everything. Like, she doesn't have to work, right? I know not all men are going to be able, because of the economic reality, to do something like that. I understand the woman's going to have to work. That's just how it is. That's one of the manifestations of feminism. But look, in terms of it making men more attracted to women, I guess I would also say, at least very early on in relationships, absent marriage, absent you guys sharing, expenses, most women don't share their resources with men in that kind of way. She's a high earner. She says she spent $20,000, $30,000 a month. Despite her being a high earner, she doesn't pay for dates. She offers. She doesn't want to pay for dates. She wants the guy to pay for dates. So it's funny, even when women do make money, the reason we don't care about y'all money, even if you do make it, you don't share your resources with us the same way we share our resources with you.
I think that's just her situation, though.
It's most women who make money, women, I guess I'll give women credit to some. Men are simps out here. Men are getting finessed, and just women are smart with their money. You will keep your money to yourself. And you could be, there's a famous, a viral TikTok of this young guy who's dating this girl. And he was like, yeah, I pay for everything. I pay for dates. And some interviewer asked them, how much do you have in your savings account? And she was like, oh, I have $70,000 in my savings account. And he was like, I have like $500.
Oh, I remember.
And he's still paying for everything. So even when y'all have money, you don't share your resources with us in that same way. And if you do, you begrudgingly do it. And then you start growing contempt and resentment for the man who you're having to provide resources to. So men and women move very, very differently.
I don't know why that is, though. What do you?
It's not. It doesn't come natural to y'all. You're not built to be providers. Not built to provide for men. Oh, your turn. Oh my God, I have to pay for a dude? Oh my God. Pussy
you don't
dry.
think that's societal, though? You think that was truly just innate, born in us? I feel like that was just what society is.
Yeah, it's society too.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, it's society too. But I don't think women, it probably goes down to men went out and hunted.
Right.
It's providing
we
on that
gathered
level.
The berries and the men
There's
hunted.
some evolutionary psychology component to it.
Totally.
But I don't know. I don't see a bunch of women are making a bunch of money. They're doing good. Most women in major cities, they're earning just as much as men, if not more. I don't see these women dying to take out men.
Because we don't need men, we want men.
How does that compute with what I just said?
Like, there's a difference. A guy needs a girl to come home to do his laundry.
But you don't. Y'all don't.
Doesn't.
Y'all don't do it.
But that's what you want. You want that in a woman. I don't
yeah,
need
sure. Okay, cool.
anything from a man. I'm self-sufficient on my own. I just want a man.
What though?
Wait, hold on. What?
For how long? For like your whole
Okay,
life?
whatever.
What did Kevin Samuels say? Men built the world around you.
Yeah.
And there's a lack of appreciation for that. If you really put your money where your mouth is, just get rid of everything they built. Your car, your home, all of your luxuries.
I think, to be charitable, when she says women don't need men, she's not saying as a collective. She's saying individualistically.
More individualistic.
But
my point
women
still
do
stands.
definitely need men on a societal level.
Beyond. Yeah.
But women are even sort of ignorant to that nowadays because
Yeah.
men have made society so comfortable and so protected.
They've created
that-
the beast.
Well, here,
Also.
to do a very rudimentary explanation of this. So like, let's say you lived in a small tribe and there's the wilderness on the outside and there's animals, there's other tribes. That's all very in your face. And then just like the harsh reality of like, where are we going to get our next water from? Where are we going to get our next food from? Really just like base level survival, harsh reality. Men have created society and created a system that has basically streamlined all of that through industry, through civilization building. And women are just like move through society, not realizing that society was created and functions due to men's genius, ingenuity, and continuity of labor. So even though we have this existing infrastructure, if all men disappear, y'all fucked. Like within 72 hours, the electrical grid gone, internet gone, fires start breaking out. 90%, or I don't know the exact percentage. Majority firefighters are men. What's the other thing? I mean, all these critical industries, you remove men for 72 hours.
Devastating to the system.
Honestly, here's my view. If all men disappeared and women didn't have time to like even prep for it, even if they prep for it, I'm not sure how that would go. But if men just disappeared without any pre-planning, 50% of women would be dead within 2 weeks.
You understand that those systems were set up by men, though?
Good.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
a
good
good
thing.
thing.
That's what they're capable of.
If women were running society, we would still be living in grass huts.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Because, and you might think that that's a crazy thing to say, but the cascading necessity of physical strength to have been able to build certain machinery that now, like for example, well, a woman can handle, I don't know, a bulldozer, I guess, but the industry and what led up to those sorts of things was just brute strength. And this is like really pulled back analysis here, but women don't have the same physical strength as men.
Yeah.
And they would not have been able to invent certain things or have the requisite strength to have enabled the Industrial Revolution.
Well, I totally agree with where you're coming from a physical labor standpoint. I think that we would not be where we are without men, but I think that until very recently, women did not have the intellectual opportunities to contribute in ways that maybe they would have been. What? Why are you grimacing at that?
Because it's completely like
Because
false.
that's true.
Because it's false. When did women scientists join NASA? Much later than men. You know
I mean,
that,
that's
right?
NASA. That's NASA.
Even
That's
within
not just saying
education,
not have to
That's
be
kind of the
intellectual
whole
to be
point of this
NASA.
argument, though. That's an intellectual asset that women did not have the opportunity to join.
They're not contributing, and if they get an education, they end up on OnlyFans.
That's such a crazy generalization.
No, it's a reality.
That's a generalization, though.
No, it's a good generalization. It's a reality.
It's
Yeah,
it's not a, you
somebody-
have to say that it's not a good generalization.
it's okay.
Somebody in the chat said, Leroy McCoy, good point. Most industrial innovations are labor multipliers, labor that was previously done by men. So it's kind of like, I know must be a specific term for this. I don't know if it's gatekeeping, but there's basically like a threshold that needs to be passed before you can reach the next point. And if the threshold to get to that next level of civilization is a base level of physical strength, women just wouldn't have had the base level of physical strength to even do it. And then you can get into other conversations like,
I agree with
like
you.
that there's, well, I'm not going to go into the greater male variability stuff as it relates to intellect, but
Yeah.
that's another component.
I just think once that threshold is met, that until very recently in terms of all of history, that women could have contributed more to that upper threshold once that base labor was met.
I suppose, but even the jobs today that society relies on, I'm talking critical infrastructure jobs, these are still predominated almost entirely by men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Because men
men
set
were
up
all
that
of a sudden
system.
disappeared, you wouldn't be able, like, women wouldn't have the knowledge base or even the physical strength to do some of these
Yeah,
jobs.
because they haven't been given the opportunity.
Yeah, so you
It's
don't
not-
think
no, it's not.
so
Their
you don't
brain
think
isn't
we
capable
It's
of
not.
that.
It's
But
not
you
the
don't-
opportunity. It's that women don't want to do those jobs.
not all women, but I see what you're
Almost
saying.
all.
The female brain isn't wired like that. The male brain is so different.
Well, I wouldn't even make it about the brain. I'll just keep it to physical strength.